I'm a mom of two girls, ages 2 and 2 weeks old, a registered nurse by trade, and a baseball wife. I'm often flying by the seat of my pants, but I wouldn't want it any other way. My name is Elena, and I'm a miraculous mama.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Miraculous Mamas podcast. I'm your host, Elizabeth Joy, and we believe in empowering women through storytelling and education. And right now, at the beginning of each episode, we are doing a series to talk about something that either happens in pregnancy or something to add to your birth plan. So we started talking about Group B strep, and then we talked about vernix and delayed bath. And today we're going to talk about placenta encapsulation, but I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm going to have Julianne Corona come on because she is a placenta encapsulator. She owns her own business and she knows a lot more about it than I do. So we're going to start the episode out with her, just looping us in on the process, some of the benefits. I also attached to the show notes a few different articles, some research. I always highly recommend that you do research for yourself to come to the best possible solutions for you and your family. And then after Julianne, we're going to have on Liz from Assembly Cloth Diapering. And cloth diapering is something that I'm super excited to do, but I know nothing about. So she's going to come on and tell us about her amazing company and break some of those stereotypes about it being such a hard process. So she's going to educate us and help us be able to see that it is doable, and the many benefits of doing that as well. Since we have the two different guests today, I'm going to go ahead and just dive right into it and start with placenta encapsulation. All right, everyone, I have Julianne Corona here, and she encapsulates placentas. And there's a cool way to say the word when you eat your own placenta, but I'm going to mispronounce it, so I'll have you tell us about that. But thank you so much for taking the time. She has a newborn baby, and she's taken the time to come on here and help educate us. So thank you so much.
Oh, girl, thank you so much for having me. Yes, as she said, I am Julianne Corona, and I am the owner and operator of Mommy Made Encapsulation. And if you have not heard of Mommy Made Encapsulation yet, we are the largest placenta encapsulation company in the United States. We have 7 different locations throughout the United States and more to come. And then we also have a shipping component as well. So anybody within the United States can actually mail their placenta to us, which is what you're doing with us, Elizabeth.
Yes.
And as you said, yes, so I am a mother of 3. I have a 4-year-old, a almost 2-year-old, and then a newborn. He's about a month old. But seriously, and I'm not like trying to like just promote into placenta encapsulation, but like literally I just bounced right back, and I have been just going like full steam ahead, like nonstop. And I feel good. I haven't skipped a beat. And I mean, thanks all to placenta encapsulation.
Yeah. I know a lot of people who have done it, so I'm super excited to talk about it. Let's start at the very basics though. So like your placenta when you're pregnant, your body grows this extra organ called the placenta, but what exactly is it?
So what happens is once a woman becomes pregnant, she develops this, like you said, this organ called a placenta. Oh, and also just is placentophagy.
Oh, the word. Yeah.
What was that word? Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so the placenta develops, and really the placenta takes over all of the hormone production in the body. So typically when a woman is not pregnant, she has all these other what are called endocrine organs that produce hormones and regulate the hormones in her body. So for example, like her thyroid or ovaries. But once she becomes pregnant, the placenta, because it's so close to the mom and to the baby, and it's monitoring both, like seeing what each one of us needs, it takes over all the hormone production in the woman's body. So by the time the woman actually has her baby, her hormone levels are 3 times higher than when she first got pregnant. So that's why I say, you know, women are all like hormonal and emotional and everything, right? So, hormones are what control and regulate everything in our body, from how we think, how we feel, like our weight loss, weight gain, our energy levels, everything is controlled by hormones. So by the time a woman actually has the baby and the placenta is delivered, at that moment, when the placenta leaves her body, she experiences this very sudden and severe hormone crash. And now her hormone levels are not only like lowered, but they're like dramatically lowered. They're like 3 times lower than when she first got pregnant. So she goes from this huge like high to this very big like low. And so that's what, you know, is a perfect kind of storm for like the whole postpartum depression thing. So the whole idea behind placenta phagy or placenta encapsulation or placenta pills, whichever one you want to use, is, you know, to put all of those lost hormones and nutrients. There's also stem cells in there, iron, proteins, just to put it back into the woman's body to help balance her out and kind of like bridge that gap between when she lost all of those hormones at birth to when her body will take over hormone production again.
Yeah, that makes sense. So there's the thing with placenta encapsulation too, is there's not tons of research. There is research, but I read a bunch of different articles, and it's basically like it could help. Like the scientific research is like hard to prove. Right. They just haven't done enough. But one thing that I think is super valid is people's testimony. And when you talk to women and they're saying, I didn't do this with one kid and I did it with another kid and I felt a complete difference. And maybe it won't help everyone, but like my philosophy behind it is like, if it has the chance to help me in postpartum, why not do it?
Right. Yeah, exactly. And like you said, like with the whole science thing, like they haven't proved that it works. They haven't proved that it doesn't work. So it's just kind of like this gray area. And what I always tell women who are kind of like on the fence about it, or even like if they have like an OB or like a mom or husband that's like against it or really like iffy about it, or, you know, hearing like a lot of negativity around it, is I tell them, like, for one, there is a lot of different pharmaceutical companies that are buying placentas for all the stem cells in it and actually putting it into their medical products. So I say, like, if, you know, there wasn't anything to it, then why would they be doing that? And then, you know, all, like you said, the testimonies, we've done over 4,000 placenta encapsulations, and there has, one, never been an adverse reaction, and two, the moms have felt at least some of the benefits to some degree. Like, obviously, like you said, like, each and every benefit every mom might not get or experience. Like, you know, one woman might experience like the weight loss more than another woman, or another woman might experience more breast milk than another woman. But at the end of the day, every single woman has told me, the energy, like I feel the energy. I just feel like I healed really fast. I felt like myself faster. Like I didn't have as many like emotional breakdowns, or I didn't have as many sad days, or I got no postpartum depression. That all in all is like what I hear across the board. So I tell the women, I'm like, look, like, who are you going to listen to? Like the thousands of women who are like currently like in your shoes experiencing this like right now, or a man OB who like could never experience what you're going through. Like, so I think for me, like you said, like if there's even a chance that this could help me out, which is why I got, started this whole thing to begin with. If there's even a chance that I could do something like in a holistic, natural way, and not that I'm even like a super like, I hate to use the term crunchy, but like I'm not super into like, holistic things anyways, but this is something that I did want to try, and it just made sense to me. So I thought, why not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. We're going to take a quick break from the episode to talk about, like, wouldn't it be so awesome if every clothing store that you shopped at already understood what you love and hate, and your definite knows. Well, there's a company that is focused on making that happen. And before I dive into it, I have to tell you one thing I never thought I was a picky shopper because I don't love shopping. But the reason I don't love shopping is because I'm a picky shopper. And I've always said if I had all the money in the world, I would buy a personal stylist. But now I can have a styling expert and I don't have to have all the money in the world to do it, which is so cool. And that's why I love Stitch Fix. It's a personal styling company that brings you the world of fashion and style. It's a completely different and fun way to find clothes that you will love and that are all about you every single time. To get started, go to stitchfix.com/mamas to set up your profile, and they'll deliver great looks personalized just for you in colors, styles, and your budget. You pay a $20 styling fee for each fix, which is credited towards anything that you keep. Schedule it at any time. There's no subscription required. Plus shipping, returns, and exchanges are easy and free. They do all the hard work for you, making great styles effortless for everybody, including women, men, and children. And I got to tell you, I went online and I filled out the survey and I was really skeptical. Since apparently I'm a picky shopper, I'm like, oh, they're going to send me things that I don't like. And I got mine in the mail. And I absolutely loved the outfits that they picked out for me. And if you guys go to my Instagram this week, I'm going to be showing you everything that they sent me. I already wore one of the dresses for a maternity photo shoot. And I do feel like they somehow captured my style because I didn't think that I had a style, but I guess I do because the stuff that they sent me was amazing. And I'm definitely going to continue using their services for postpartum after I have the baby. And I'd love to hear what you guys think. So don't forget that you can get started today at stitchfix.com/mamas and you'll get 25% off when you keep everything in your fix. That's stitchfix.com/mamas for 25% off when you keep everything in your fix. stitchfix.com/mamas. Now back to the episode. So something that you said brought a thought to my mind when you're like, pharmaceutical companies are buying placentas. What's crazy to me is some places won't let you take your placenta home. And so you have to make sure that your hospital agrees to that and you have to fill out a form and all this stuff. And it's like, this is my organ. Why can't I take it home? But I've also heard that a lot of places don't actually discard them. They sell them then. So they're taking your placenta that they're not letting you take home and selling it to a pharmacy for money. Like, how does that make any sense?
Yeah. And my job has been lately to just educate the women too, on their rights. It is your placenta. Don't let the hospital or doctor or nurse bully you or make you feel it's not yours or somehow you just because it came out of your body, you lost ownership over it. And because it is, like you said, in the hospital's best interest, because they do get incentivized by, either the pharmaceutical companies or even they get to charge the insurance money for, housing the placenta, for testing the placenta, for quote unquote discarding the placenta. They get to make money off of it and they make $0 off of you keeping what's rightfully yours. So I've just been telling women look, you don't need permission. You don't need approval. It's yours. You just have to let them know, that you're going to be keeping it. And that's that. You are the customer,
right?
And they are there to serve you. I mean, just interchange that word customer and patient. You're there, you're paying them for a service to help you during this process. So they should be doing exactly what you need for them to do.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, I would love to dive into some of the benefits. You had listed a couple earlier when you were saying some women might experience this or that. What are the benefits of placenta phagy? How do you say it again?
I rarely ever use that word because I always botch it up. But placenta phagy.
Okay.
Yes. So the benefits are it helps to regulate and balance out your hormone levels, which then in turn help you to avoid postpartum depression and help just to give you just an overall a stabilized mood. So you're not up and down and all over the place. It helps to increase your energy levels. It actually reduces the amount of time that you bleed afterwards. So, for those that don't know, typically a woman, will bleed after giving birth for about 30, at the most, like 45 days. This cuts down on the amount of time that you bleed to like half that time.
Wow.
It also helps your uterus to return back to its pre-pregnancy size faster. It also can help to increase your breast milk supply. I've also heard people tell me like my hair didn't fall out this time. I had no postpartum hair loss. My skin and nails are growing and looking great. Like the postpartum anxiety is gone. And just the enhanced bonding experience that they experience with their baby. Just because like you're like there, you're present. And like the best way I can explain it is like I gave birth to my oldest daughter, and I didn't get to get my placenta from my hospital until like a week later. And then at that point I had stuck it in the freezer. I hadn't felt like, encapsulating it at that point. So I had went maybe like 10 to 12 days without it. And I was like a wreck. And not only like emotionally, but like I was like a zombie, and I couldn't, I wasn't alert, like I wasn't fully present. And as soon as I did my placenta and started taking my capsules, it was like a complete 180. And I was like, you know what? My daughter is only going to be this small one time. So if for no other reason, then it's for me to be fully like physically, mentally present and emotionally there too. To be there to like remember every single like detail about her tiny little body, then that's worth it. Like for me alone.
Yeah, for sure. What's crazy too is that we are one of the only mammals that doesn't consume the placenta. I believe it's sea mammals and camels that don't.
Yes.
But they also say too, like some might be consuming the placenta because of predators. They don't want to leave any trace of birth behind, and some for the nutrients. Like they just innately know I need to eat this.
Right. And for the people that have that brought that to my attention, they're like, well, it's because like they have to clean up their area or whatever. But you look at like people animals that are at the top of the food chain, like lions, for example, like they eat their placentas, and there's nobody coming after them.
Right. They have no real predators.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
The placenta is where all the nutrients are, and it's almost just like this innate, like you said, like an instinct to put that back, because it's like our bodies, the animals' bodies aren't done using it yet.
Right. Yeah, for sure. We're going to take a quick break so I can tell you about my new favorite item that we got for the baby, and that is the Newton Crib mattress. And becoming a parent can be so stressful, and I know putting the baby down to sleep at night is going to be worrisome because rollovers happen, fatal accidents happen, and it is so scary. But now more than ever, getting a good night's sleep is crucial, and knowing that your child is safely asleep is one less thing to worry about in our turbulent world today. And one way to do that is with the Newton Crib mattress. It's fully breathable, washable, recyclable, and it's a 2-stage mattress. This is the only 100% washable crib mattress available on the market, which is every parent's dream. Plus, it's Green Guard Gold certified and voted #1 by leading pediatricians and experts. Newton Baby is offering the listeners $50 off your Newton Crib mattress plus free shipping. Just go to newtonbaby.com and enter code MAMAS. You can also try 100 nights of sleep on the Newton Baby mattress. And if you're not happy, Newton offers free returns. Just go to newtonbaby.com and enter code MAMAS. Because it's 100% washable, this investment will actually save you money in the long run, as you can pass it down from child to child and it will stay intact. Again, head to newtonbaby.com and enter code MAMAS to get $50 off. And don't forget, you can do the 100-night sleep guarantee. And you guys, I do love this mattress, and I did the Newton challenge, Breathe to Believe, because I am super claustrophobic. And so I laid face down on it and tried to breathe. I was freaking out, but I could. And I actually didn't have a panic attack, which I thought that I would. And that just gave me the peace of mind to know that this was such a good investment for our family. Again, it's 100% breathable, washable, backed by the top pediatricians in the world. And it is such an amazing investment for your family. And so many parents have claimed that their Newton Baby mattress is a complete lifesaver, completely eliminating any fears and angst as a parent. And remember that Newton Baby is offering the listeners $50 off your Newton Crib mattress plus free shipping. Just go to newtonbaby.com and enter code MAMAS. You can also try the 100 nights of sleep on Newton Baby. And if you're not happy, Newton offers free returns. Just go to newtonbaby.com and enter code MAMAS to get $50 off today. You can't put a price on your child's safety. Now, back to the episode. It seems pretty dramatic when people are like, oh, so you're going to eat your placenta, and you picture them just like frying it on a grill and, sitting up to a table. And then it's like, yeah, that's kind of weird and gross. But I mean, I'm still sure that a lot of people feel really weirded out, even in encapsulation form.
Right. So, I mean, even for me personally, like it was kind of like, a little like weird or gross. And I wasn't really sure, like, cause I was basically like, I was researching and looking up everything like pregnancy and birth related. And I kept coming across postpartum depression. And I was like, well, what is this? How do you prevent it? How do you stop it? How do you treat it? And I kept seeing things about people eating their placenta, and I was completely turned off by it. But I remember on an episode of the Kardashians that Kim had hers actually put into capsules. And I thought, well, I mean, I could eat it if it was like that. Like, it's just like in a little like vitamin, and it's from my body. So like, that doesn't gross me out that much. And then once I looked into the process, and saw like how it was done, I for sure was like, oh, I in a heartbeat I could do it. And we can do flavored capsules too. And that's really what I've tried to do is like on our Instagram and all of our social media, we show the process like step by step. And I can't even tell you how many women tell me I was so grossed out by the idea. But once I actually saw the process and they realized it's not like this like bloody raw like thing that we're like shoving into a pill. It's just like the whole process that you see that goes through. And it's like a dry powder that goes into a cute little capsule that's flavored. They're like, you know what? I could do that. I could eat that. And surprisingly, when I first started this, I thought, okay, I need to keep the whole like placenta thing really separate. Like, I don't want to show people placentas. I don't want to show them the process because I don't want them to like have that image in their head. Like, that's what I'm eating. But once I actually started to do it, because I had so many people that were curious, and there were so many people that had like these misconceptions about what was happening. And like people think that there's like this like one big pot sitting around and we have like 12 placentas in that we're cooking all together or something,
Right.
So I really wanted to show people the process, show them the space that it's done in. And once I started to do that, like things took off and like it blew up, and people like it put a lot of fears to rest. And instead it had the opposite effect where I thought it was going to really gross people out. They're like, no, this is really cool. I like to see how it's my placenta. I like to watch the process that it goes through. And people like to like share it and show it off too. Like so proud of it. Like, this is my placenta and this is it now in pill form, which I think is amazing because it's just getting the word out there and making it a more like normal part of the birth experience.
Yeah. I was actually just like thinking about that right before our phone call. I'm like, when I send in my placenta, I'm going to see if she can take a cool photo of it, and then so that I can post it.
You're going to get a video of the whole entire process.
Oh, wow.
So
yeah, that's so cool. And what I love about your program too is that you make it super accessible to people all around the country. And on top of that, the prices are so reasonable.
Yeah.
It's actually more cost effective than me finding someone right here, because I have looked into it before. So it's like, oh my gosh, and I get a video.
And we really try to like add just value to it for people, because I know, like, I mean, yes, there are some people that are able to like they spend a lot of things on their baby, right? You're like, oh, $300 on a car seat, whatever. But then there's those people that can't afford that, and sometimes the people that can't afford things like that are the people that need it the most. Like, I can't even tell you how many times we've delivered pills to a mom who has like 5 kids and they live like in, like a 2-bedroom apartment or something. And so I really wanted to make sure that we kept this affordable. It's $200 for the placenta encapsulation. And then if you're shipping it to us, no matter where in the United States you're at, it's $100. We send out a kit to you. We instructions and everything, and that covers the shipping all 3 ways. That's sending the kit to you, overnighting your placenta back to us, and then us overnighting the pills back to you. And then like with the value of it, like we decided that instead of putting it into Hobby Lobby jars, which I have done in the past, my husband, who is my business partner, he really wanted to just up, like the placenta encapsulation game, I guess you could say. Like, he was like, this is already such a like gross thing for so many people. Like, why not make it like fabulous and like add in more value for them? So we went ahead and so you get your placenta into a really cute reusable glass water bottle. We'll do an umbilical cord keepsake, and we have like this amazing packaging that we're doing. And even we just upped our game again with the umbilical cord keepsake. What we put it in, it comes in this cute little like box that you can keep it in. We do the placenta prints as well. So like, we really wanted to make this like a very fabulous thing and something that like feels like a gift, especially, for something that's typically considered like gross.
Right. Well, I mean, even your website though, it looks like you made it look very luxurious. Like it looks
thank you so much.
I'm actually looking at it right now, and it's like, oh, I'm so fancy with my placenta.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like a gross thing. You're like, oh, it's cute. Look at how fun these little capsules are. Bubblegum flavored or whatever.
Right, exactly. Well, that's so cool. Well, what I would love to do, so I'm going to do the placenta encapsulation, but also I would like to offer to one of our mommies in the Facebook group this process as well. So the Miraculous Mamas podcast is going to pay for one of our moms from our Miraculous Mamas group to do the placenta encapsulation. So if you guys are listening, look out for the thing in the Facebook group, because I'm going to post something about winning a free placenta encapsulation. So
yay, have fun.
I know. I'm excited. Well, thank you so much again for coming on. Where can people find you, follow you, learn more about what you're doing?
Yeah, Instagram is Mommy Made Encapsulation, and the website is mommymadeencapsulation.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much again. And I'm super excited for everyone to hear all about this.
Yes, me too. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, of course. Her energy is just so fun, and their website is awesome. There's a lot of great information on there, and I'm super excited to definitely try it out. I do think that the wording eating your placenta sounds so weird, but obviously in pill form, some people get it just even in a powder and they add it to smoothies and stuff like that. But I'm super excited to have that as an option in postpartum. So next we are going to be talking with Liz from Assembly Cloth Diapering, and I learned so much in this episode, and I can't wait for you to hear from her. All right, everyone, I have Liz Turrigiano here, and she is with Assembly, and that is an amazing cloth diapering company, and I wanted to bring her on because Vito and I are planning on cloth diapering with our baby, and for several different reasons that we will dive into, but I literally know nothing about it, where to start. It seems pretty intimidating, and I know that there's a lot of mamas out there listening who have thought about doing it, wanted to do it, or it's something that they're planning on doing. So I wanted to bring an expert on to kind of guide us through that. So thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into cloth diapering.
Yeah, so I am a mother of 2 and co-founder of 2 sustainable diapering companies. Got our start 11 years ago, actually, when I left my job in advertising to co-found DiaperKind, which is a cloth diaper service for New York City. So since 2009, DiaperKind has been servicing families around the New York area and washing somewhere between 15 and 20,000 diapers per week. So through DiaperKind, we've learned a ton about laundry science, how to clean diapers, the wants and needs of modern parents when it comes to sustainable diapering, and which styles they prefer. And we were able to sort of take all of that acquired knowledge from DiaperKind and roll it into Assembly, which is a product line where people buy their diapering gear and do it themselves, sort of with the guidance and instruction that we provide them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so cool. I think that it's such an amazing idea. So we actually tried to find a cloth diapering service where I live, and there aren't any. And we were doing the math of everything, like how much would it charge? Like, would you charge to do the laundry, pick it up? Is it worth it? Maybe we should start our own. We come up with all sorts of ideas. Then we're like, we have zero idea what we're doing. So let's just buy some reusable diapers, and go from there.
Totally. And you're not alone because, we started DiaperKind in New York. New York is a very interesting place in reason being that you have all of these people that are eco-minded, interested in making a, less wasteful diaper choice. But New Yorkers don't have easy access to a washer. Most people don't have washers and dryers in their apartments, in their homes. So it was the perfect place for a diaper service. But as we started researching, where do we take DiaperKind next? We thought about, do we franchise to other cities? Do we expand the service? But the reality is that most people living outside of our city have access to a washer and dryer. And here we are. It's okay, if we can wash 15 to 20,000 diapers a week with ease and confidence, we can teach anybody to do that. It's not difficult. And then you have a far more economic way to diaper your baby.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense. We're going to take a quick break from the episode to talk about what might be interfering with your happiness. Are there goals that you want to achieve, but there's something preventing you from getting there? Have you been struggling with depression? There's so much going on in the world, and BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can connect in a safe and private online environment. It's so convenient, and you can start communicating in under 24 hours. It's not self-help. It is professional counseling, and they match you with somebody who is right for you. And it is so convenient. You can choose if you want to set up online video chats or communicate through text, whatever works for you. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches. So they make it free and easy to change counselors if you need. It's also more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. They have experts in so many different areas. So whether you're struggling with depression, anger, grief, self-esteem, family conflicts, relationships, sleeping, trauma, anxiety, so many different topics out there that you can get help in. Anything that you share is always confidential. It's convenient, professional, affordable, and you can check out the testimonials that are posted daily. And in fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states right now because it is such an amazing resource. I want you to start living a happier life today. And as a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/mamas. Join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/mamas. Now back to the episode. So I would love to dive into, a couple of the reasons that we chose to want a cloth diaper is obviously for the environmental impact that single-use diapers have, and also the ingredients in most single-use diapers. Even if you find the cleanest brands, they're really expensive if you're going to buy organic throwaway diapers and try to find things without chemicals and stuff in there. So those are our top two reasons. But I'd love to dive into kind of the facts and statistics about the environmental impact that diapers have.
Absolutely. So there are 11 million diaper age babies in the U.S. right now. Each baby produces approximately, on average, 57 diapers per week. When you tally that up, that is over 32 billion disposables being thrown away every year in just this country. And when you talk about chemicals against the baby's skin and the health of the baby, chemicals are almost impossible to avoid even with the most high-end disposable diapers, because all diapers on the market right now currently use sodium polyacrylate, which is the absorbent part of the diaper. Some of them blend it with wood pulp fiber or bamboo pulp fiber to reduce the amount of sodium polyacrylate in the diaper itself, but that petroleum byproduct is unavoidable. So there's that. The other thing is just overall comfort of the baby. Wrapping, your baby's swaddled up in a diaper 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Would you rather it be sodium polyacrylate, wood pulp fiber, and plastic? Or would you rather it be organic cotton that you're washing and controlling? But what we talk about a lot, we teach a monthly 101 class, and what we often talk about is the environment is the leading decision-making, is the leading factor in most people's decision. But it doesn't end there. If that was the only benefit to cloth diapering, I don't think people would, stick to it in the numbers that they do once they've tried it. The other benefits, especially with the assembly system, are we designed our diapers to be leak and blowout proof. So if you talk to any family with a new baby that, is in disposable diapers, they will tell you their horror story about poop coming up the baby's back, out the baby's legs, messy blowouts. And as a society, we've just accepted it as par for the course of having a diaper-aged child. And I can assure you that that is not the case. So the 2-part assembly diaper is leak and blowout proof. Nothing should ever escape that outer layer, which is a huge convenience to parents. And the other reason that people are drawn to it is the budget. It's cheaper. You can save approximately $2,000 per baby by diapering with assembly versus buying disposable diapers and wipes every week.
Well, even more than that, if you we're just getting started with our first kid. So we can use the diapers for, let's say we have 4 kids, the next 4 kids, right?
Yep.
And so I'm not having to repurchase diapers every single time. I'm not sure if there are certain products I will have to stock up on again, but I feel like it totally makes sense because it's okay, there's this one purchase and then we have our kid and the following kids have diapers forever.
Yes, 100%. It is the gift that keeps on giving. So you buy your diapers, your storage bags, your wipes, your overnight boosters, and those are, well-designed, well-made textiles that will last for multiple babies. So you save approximately $2,000 for that first baby, and then you save approximately $3,000 for each subsequent baby. So it's a tremendous savings if you're planning to have a bigger family.
Right. So if we have 4 kids, we're saving $10,000 at least in diapers.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah, that is a big one. I also, so with the blowout thing, that's huge for me because I don't even know how I'm going to change a poopy diaper. I'm just really, really counting on the whole, it's different when it's your own kid, type thing. I'm just hoping that kicks in for me, which I'm sure it will.
It's a little different when it's your own kid, but it's still poop and you still don't want it on your clothes or on the car seat or on the stroller. You still want to keep it inside the diaper. Yeah, absolutely. So let's get into poop then, because when people think about cloth diapering, it's gross. So I'm just throwing this poop soaked piece of cloth into the washing machine. How does that work? That's exactly how it works. You're going to gather up all of there's no lying there. You're going to gather up all of your dirties. You're going to collect them. Assembly has a pail pouch. So as you're taking dirty diapers off the baby, you toss your dirty inners, your dirty outers, your dirty wipes, overnight inserts, toss them all in the pail pouch. And then twice a week, you walk that pail pouch over to your washing machine. And I always laugh at myself when I'm telling people how to load a washer. But you take the open end of the pail pouch and you put it into the open end of the machine. And then from the outside of the bag, you push it inside out so that the contents spill out into the barrel of the washer. You do not have to touch it. You don't have to go fishing in there and emptying out the bag. Everything gets spilled into the washer and the bag goes right in with it. And then you follow our simple 4-step wash instructions and you wash your diapers. We provide the washing powder, which is specially formulated. We worked with our chemist of Diaper Kind for a decade to formulate a washing powder for home use that is specially designed to clean something as dirty as a diaper, but remain gentle on the baby's skin and gentle for the planet. So the combination of our 4-step instruction and the washing powder, your machine does the work. You're not, no one's like sitting down by the river washing diapers on a washboard. Like you're putting them into a washing machine, and the mechanical action, the hot water, and the chemistry of the washer is going to get them clean. And people are often afraid that it's going to do some damage to their machine, or how will I go and wash my own clothes after I've washed diapers, as if this machine is now like the plague and is contaminated. If you think that through all the way, if at the end of that wash cycle, your machine barrel is still kind of funky, then what does it say about your diapers? Then they couldn't possibly be clean. So at the end of that wash cycle, everything in there should be 100% fresh, neutral, and clean. And you shouldn't have to worry about putting clothes in after, or your bed sheets, or your baby's clothes. It's a washing machine. It's going to do its job. You just have to know how to program it, and you have to have the right detergent to wash.
Okay. So question then, because I know some people, so I joined this like Cloth Diapering Facebook group a while ago, because I'm like, I know nothing about any of this. And I know some people use a sprayer, but I remember you said that you guys don't suggest doing that.
We don't. So there's a lot of, this is similar to anything related to pregnancy, childbirth, newborn care. You get online and you're going to read a hot mess of contradictory information that sends you down like a middle of the night rabbit hole of exhaustion. And what we try to do with Assembly is really take the tested and proven information that we've learned by working with a chemist, by working with thousands of families and diapering millions and washing millions of diapers. We've tried to take this actual information, data, and science that we have and create a process for families to do that leaves very little guesswork. Because when you get online, there's a lot of misinformation out there. So with Assembly, we do not recommend a diaper sprayer. Is it harmful? Not really. But I don't find them to be very sanitary. What a diaper sprayer is, for those who don't know, it's this little mini shower head that hooks up to the water supply behind your toilet. And when you have a poopy diaper, you're meant to hang the diaper over the toilet and spray it with this sprayer. What I don't love about it is the water comes out very forcefully from the little water sprayer. I find that it drives the soil of the diaper further into the fabric, making it harder to wash. But mainly, I just think it's gross. You're going to hit like a wall of cotton that's covered in poop with the spray that's going to back spray in your face, on your hands, around your toilet area. Just not clean, just not sanitary. So the Assembly system works this way. When you have a baby that's on a milk-only diet, there's nothing you need to do to the poop diapers. Pee diapers, poo diapers, they both go right into your pill pouch to get laundered twice a week by your washing machine. There's nothing special that you need to do. Once the baby starts eating solid foods, and not just like a little taste of banana or avocado, but full on 2 to 3 meals a day of solid foods, you're going to notice a change in the consistency of the poop from that liquidy newborn stuff that you've become accustomed to a thicker, pastier solid. Once that happens, we have a product called a flusher. It's made of bamboo viscose. It's fully biodegradable and flushable. You lay it on the surface of the cotton, put the diaper on the baby as usual. That flusher allows the moisture to pass through and be absorbed by the diaper, but it catches the solid waste. So then when you have a poopy diaper, you just walk it over to the toilet, you give it a shake, the flusher peels right off, taking all the solid mess with it, flush it down the toilet, and toss your diaper in your pill pouch for laundering. So there's not a lot of spraying, shaking messiness. It's just a liner that peels right off.
Yeah, that's definitely convenient. I would love to touch on just even the health benefits. I know that with reusable diapers, single-use diapers, I've talked to some moms who have, like, their kids have developed allergies or even asthma or like different effects that regular diapers have due to like the chemicals and stuff in there. So how would, I guess, using Assembly be better?
So Assembly is made of, it's a 2-part diaper. The inner that goes against your baby's skin is 100% GOTS certified organic cotton. And the outer layer that gives the waterproofing and containment is actually, we make it of 100% post-consumer recycled bottles. Neither of those contain any harsh or unknown chemicals. The ingredients are very straightforward. Disposable diapers are trickier. They rely on a number of different materials to make up the absorption and the waterproof layer. And they're made to be single use. So there's not a whole lot of, money spent or attention spent on what those ingredients are. It's literally something that you're going to put on your baby for 1 to 3 hours and then throw in the trash. Babies have incredibly sensitive skin, and a diaper is something that is on them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for, 2 to 3 years. Have some babies developed allergies and reactions to disposables? Yes. I can't speak to specifically what that is, but what I can say is that babies in cloth tend to suffer from significantly less diaper rash than babies in disposables. And it's interesting, if you actually go back in time and you look at the rising popularity of disposables over cloth, if you look at a chart, there is a rising popularity in diaper creams as well. So as disposables became more and more popular in the late 70s through the 80s, the sale of diaper creams like A&D and Desitin also started to rise. And it was because parents were encouraged to use a preventative layer of cream to protect their baby's skin from the diaper. And that's not the case with cloth. So when you're diapering with assembly, you really wouldn't have many cases of diaper rash because there's nothing in there to potentially irritate the baby's skin.
Yeah. Well, I think now you just kind of assume that that's the norm. Like your kid's going to have diaper rash. Your kid's going to have some sort of irritation.
Blowouts.
Yeah. Just all of that stuff, which doesn't necessarily have to be the case.
It doesn't. And I think, as parents, we pay a high price for what we deem, what we think or are told is convenience, and that convenience of being able to put something on your baby and then throw it out after washing it comes with a high price, like increased diaper rash, increased cost, and leaks and blowouts. And then the other one that is fascinating to me is later potty training. Mm-hmm. So the age that babies potty train has gone up in the past few decades. And that is because the sodium polyacrylate in the diapers does such a bang up job about wicking all moisture away from the baby's skin that older toddlers have no ability to correlate the sensation of needing to pee with the feeling of it after. So the average age that babies potty train in the U.S. is 33 to 36 months. It used to be, if you look back in the 1960s and 1970s, babies were potty training between 20 and 24 months. Mm-hmm. So it was, an entire year in diapers. So through DiaperKind, that, again, we've been running since 2009, the average age that we lose families to potty training is 25 months. Mm. So we are more in line, the cloth diapering world is more in line with how things were 40 and 50 years ago, as opposed to disposables. And I can say, as a parent of two and someone that has helped many families diapering a newborn and diapering a baby is really not that big of a deal. Diapering a 2.5 to 3-year-old is gross. The earlier you can get that baby out of diapers, the happier you are going to be as a parent, not to mention the more money you're going to save. Yeah. Because whether you're laundering, buying disposables, or paying a service, it's an expense. And the quicker you can get your baby out of it, the happier everyone's going to be.
Yeah, I'm already looking forward to potty training. That was something that I wrote down too, was about the average age and how it has increased, which is crazy. Because also, have you smelled like a 3-year-old walking around in its own poop? It is so disgusting. I'm like, somebody change your child. This is so gross.
Oh, I know. They're like a full-on human eating real food.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm so scared.
My daughter potty trained at 22 months, like 21, 22 months. And my son, who was born early and was just kind of delayed on all his milestones, he did not potty train until 26 and a half months. And you would have thought for those last 2 months that I was changing him, that I was changing a kid in college. No. I was so mad. I'm like, I can't believe I'm still doing this. Why are you still in diapers?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm like, my husband's actually, whenever we've had to babysit, he was the diaper changer, which is nice.
Yeah.
But I'd love to go back to the convenience thing, because you're like, being able to just the convenience does come at a cost, but when people think about cloth diapering, it seems like this big mountain of wow, that seems really hard, seems really inconvenient. Yeah. What do I do when I travel? All of those questions. So I'd love for you to speak to that.
100%. So it is not as challenging as people think it is going to be. It is literally 2 loads of laundry per week, and that is going to save you from throwing 7,500 disposables per baby into the landfill. It's really, the machine does the work. And again, that's where with Assembly, we want to give people the confidence to embark on this journey. So you follow, when you buy a bag of our washing powder, it comes with a magnet. You stick to the side of your washing machine that has our 4-step instructions on it. So no matter how exhausted or sleep deprived you are, you can load laundry into a machine twice a week and follow the instructions that are stuck to the side of your washer. Really not that difficult. With disposables, you're lining pails, you're taking bags out every night. Diapers are an unavoidable part of having a baby, but 2 loads of laundry per week is really something that we feel confident that most people can handle. As for being out and about with your baby, that is one of the biggest differences between cloth and disposables. You're either just, when you're using a disposable diaper and you're out at the park or at the beach, you just pitch the diaper in the nearest trash can. When you're using cloth, you have to bring those dirties home with you so they can be laundered. So Assembly has a really cute product called a day bag. It's like my favorite cloth diapering accessory because it'll live on in your family long after your child is out of diapers. Both of my kids are done with diapers, but they have day bags that they use for swim class. And when we go to the beach and as a family, we pack our toiletries in it in case something opens up in transit. So the day bag, it is a fully waterproof shoulder bag that can fit on shoulder or in your tote or in the bottom of your stroller. And it has 2 compartments. So you line the front compartment with a clean diaper, little changing pad, some wipes, your phone, your keys, whatever else you're going to need, change of clothes for the baby. And then it has another compartment that is a separate zipper. And when you're out and you do a diaper change, you just put anything that's soiled in that other compartment. When you get home, just unzip it, dump it into your pail pouch with the rest of your diapers. And then once a week, flip the day bag inside out and give it a wash with the rest of your diapers and accessories. So when you're walking around with a super cute bag that contains all the moisture and odor, no one's going to know that you have some dirty diapers in there.
Right. Yeah, I know. I feel like that's the biggest thing that I've heard. But I also heard since I'm starting with my first kid, then it's going to be so much easier because you just get used to it right away. Yes. But it sounds like there's really not tons different to get used to, like you said, except for if you're out somewhere, but instead of throwing it in the trash, you just throw it in your day bag. And other than that, it's just 2 extra loads of laundry a week. So it doesn't seem like this really big, it doesn't seem as daunting, I guess.
I think where people get overwhelmed is, like you mentioned, all of the information that's online that is so conflicting. And it's some people are saying, no, you must do it this way. And no, you have to have this style of diaper and you have to do it this and you have to wash every night. There's just so much misinformation out there that's meant to be helpful, but I think it leaves people feeling completely overwhelmed. And when you're expecting and you're registering or you're trying to figure out how you want to give birth and whether you want to breastfeed or formula feed, there's so many decisions to make and you're doing so much research. And I think when it comes to diapering, you're just there's another thing that I have to dig in and figure out how it's going to work. And I think a lot of people just get, information overload and they give up before they even start. And that's our biggest goal with Assembly, is just to make this process informed, data-driven, factual, and fun.
Mm-hmm. When do you recommend, I guess, parents to start? Because I've heard a lot of people say once the baby's born and in the hospital and then the first couple weeks come home and just adjusting and then start? Or is there a way to just, that's what you do from the beginning?
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't think there's any reason to wait. Doing it at the hospital is tricky because of the baby inventory that they do when they take all the babies back to the nursery. But as soon as you get home with that baby, or if you're having a home birth, as soon as the baby's born, go for it. Baby needs a diaper. There's no reason that you would have to use a disposable before you would use a cloth diaper. Some parents are concerned about the meconium, the baby's first poop, staining the diaper. With our washing powder, that meconium will wash right out. It might leave a little bit of a yellow discoloration for the first couple of washes, but eventually it'll come right out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know. That's what I was thinking. I'm but if I get home and I just get used to disposables, I feel like that would make it even harder to start, like just to change it. 'Cause I know I'm just going to be in survival mode in the beginning anyways, just being like, how do I keep this baby alive, and how do I keep myself alive during this time? Yeah.
So I think what we're hoping that happens, in time as parents are becoming more aware of sort of the impact and the cost of convenience, I think people are going to start to realize that it's not necessarily like disposables are easy and cloth is hard. Like that idea, it's just that disposables are popular and cloth is less popular. And it's like the same way when you're deciding whether you're going to go out with your baby and bring the stroller or bring a carrier. Like, do you look at one and think this is hard and this is easy? Like, it's just two different means to the same end. And with diapering, it's the same. Like disposables, you don't have to wash them, but you're going to deal with a lot of leaks and blowouts. Cloth, you've got to wash it twice a week, but you won't have any leaks or blowouts. So it's like there's a trade-off. Some ways one is easier, some ways the other is easier. And I think it's really just about getting more people to understand how the system works and how it can work for them.
Yeah, I do believe that education is a huge part of it. Because like I said, I had joined a Facebook group, which I actually don't even check because I find the Facebook group to be overwhelming. And so before I discovered Assembly, I had asked people, what did you use? What did you use? And I went to so many different websites. And I really didn't know where to start because on these websites, there wasn't any sort of guide. There wasn't, I literally am like, so how many outer shells? How many, like I did not know. And then I discovered Assembly from an ad that popped up because our phones listen to everything. And my phone knew that I was going to Cloth Diaper. And I'm like, I have to look into this company. And that's when I reached out to you. And, what the thing that I loved about the website is that it made it so easy for me. And I was literally overwhelmed. Like originally on my baby registry, I had like a few diapers from one website, a few from another, a few from like this, like, because I'm like, I don't know. And then going to the Assembly website, it was so easy to guide through and then get everything that I need in one box. And the way that you guys have it set up is so convenient to where it's not like, I didn't feel lost, I guess, on your website where I did on a lot of the others.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. And really, I wish that like we could take the credit for that. But when we were designing and building the Assembly site, we have all of our Diaper Kind families that were so, they're so committed to us. We're so committed to them. So we've basically every decision that we made from like ingredients and skincare to how the site is, how the site functions was made with this focus group of Diaper Kind families that were like, no, we hate bundles. We love this, So one of the big things that we put into the site, and it was one of the most difficult things to program, was the Assemble Your System portal. Mm-hmm. We wanted to create a personal shopper for people. So because everyone's like you, they're like, I don't know how many of these I need. I might want a cloth diaper full-time or part-time or do this. And so we didn't want to create these mysterious bundles that leave parents sitting there like with a pen and paper being like, okay, if this one comes with this, then I also need this. So what we created was this Assemble Your System portal. And what it does is it asks you a few questions about your family and your intentions for diapering. And then it walks you through each of the categories, diapering, skincare, storage, and laundry. And it recommends, based on the answers to your questions, exactly how many of each product you need. Allows you to go in and choose your patterns and colors. You can adjust quantities if you don't agree with our recommendation. And it shows you videos for how to use each of the products in each of the categories as you go. So really, like by the end of the portal, you're going to fill all the items into your cart that we've helped you select, and you're going to know how to use them all. So that was a big thing that we wanted to achieve with the site.
Yeah, and you have easy to use instructions on like, here's how you put the diaper on. And it's like this cute little baby. And before, like when I was blindly trying to put things on my registry, I literally didn't know. It's not like, okay, you have an outer shell, but you need this inner thing. Or do you plan on, like there was no guidance at all again. And so it was nice being able to go through and fill everything out. And then at the end, it's like, this is how you wrap your baby up. This is, easy to do guide to where it's like, oh, it's like putting on a diaper. It's not too crazy. Yeah. I can handle this. So I just want to thank you for putting together like a very comprehensible cloth diapering website that I can refer people to who ask me questions or like, what product should I get? What should I, whatever? It'd be like, just go to this website. They'll help you out.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you.
Yeah. I'd love for you just to touch on before we end, like you said, some of the other products that you guys offer, the skincare and laundering, and maybe even why like using a specific laundry with cloth diapering is really important.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously there's the diapers. We have our inners and our outers, which are the absorbency. And then the outer is the waterproof containment shell. We have reusable cotton wipes. We have overnight boosters. We have those flushers that I mentioned. And then we have the storage bags, the day bag and the pill pouch, which collect your dirties between washing. But the two other categories that we created are skincare and laundry. So skincare, it's important what you use against your baby's skin, because what you use against your baby's skin is ultimately going to end up on the diaper. And washability is key. So if you were to use a diaper cream that's loaded up with mineral oil or a petroleum byproduct, those ingredients are not water soluble. They're going to coat and damage your diaper. They lock in stains and they leave the fabric water repellent, which is not a feature that you want in an absorbent diaper. So we developed two skincare products, our Everyday Balm and our Rash Relief Cream, and they're sort of like step 1 and step 2 of diapering. If you notice any mild redness or irritation on the baby's skin, you go ahead and use the Everyday Balm. If it makes the redness and irritation go away, fantastic. You can go back to using nothing or you can continue to use it. If the redness persists or gets worse, that's when you would use the Rash Relief Cream, and that's a zinc oxide-based cream that's cloth-friendly that will wash out of your diapers. Laundry was key, and that really is our area of expertise. So as I said, we have a chemist that we've been working with through DiaperKind since 2009. And when we first decided to do this assembly thing, we called him up and we said, how do you feel about helping us take all of the magical chemistry that we wash our DiaperKind diapers with and put it into a bag or a bottle for people to use at home? And he sort of laughed and said, you have no idea how complicated that is. And we were like, great, are you up for it? And it took us 2 years to formulate the detergent, tons of testing. And ultimately what it is you're washing some of the most heavily soiled laundry you're ever going to wash. But it's also going against your baby's skin. So you need it to be super gentle and clean rinsing. So we knew all of the components to a properly washed diaper. We knew how to formulate the detergent. It was just a matter of finding the right surfactants, the right chelating agents, the right alkali, and the proper formulation, the proper percentage of each ingredient. So the joke within our company is that my son was born because we needed a tester. Because my daughter was out of diapers and my other partner, Sarah's twins, were also out of diapers. So we were like, all right, we need a new baby so that we can be home laundering and testing. So my little guy, Clyde, grew up testing detergent. And we nailed it. And we released that formula, the washing powder formula, to our DiaperKind audience about 3.5 years ago. So it had a lot of testing on the market before we even launched the Assembly brand. And it was the hardest product for us to develop. And I think it's also the one we're most proud of. And we really hope that washing powder used in conjunction with our step-by-step instructions is what makes this, the cloth diapering process really easy for families.
Yeah, that's so cool. I mean, you guys put so much work into it. Oh my gosh. So, I mean, it's made with love.
It is. It's a labor of love.
Yeah, that's so cool. Well, I feel like I've learned so much today. And I'm really looking forward to using the Assembly diapers and then also like showing people, because I mean, I've been really passionate about sustainability for a while. And so I knew getting pregnant, there's so much with kids. They stay in clothes for like not that long and then they grow out of them. And it's, we live in this fast fashion industry and we have all sorts of things that come and go with our kids. And I knew that diapering was something that that I could make an impact, like that I could do to like help make an impact or reduce the carbon footprint. And And so I'm really excited to, when I have the baby, to show everybody the assembly process and to show them how easy it is, and be able to share my cloth diapering journey with everyone. So thank you so much for being on here. Where can people find out more about assembly and get in touch?
Great. There's 2 places. We're very active on our Instagram, which is @assemblybaby, and our website is assemblybaby.com.
Awesome. And I will have all of that information in the notes for you guys. So thank you again so much for coming on and sharing all of this amazing information with us.
Thanks for having me.
Guys, I'm so excited to cloth diaper. I feel like I can do it. I feel like I can do it now. I can do this. I mean, the poopy diaper thing, I don't know if I can do, but I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have no choice, so I'm going to learn how to do it. But it was so much fun talking with her. And like I said, I got a bundle from Assembly, and I'm super excited to try it out and to keep you guys in the loop in the process. So once we have the baby, we start using the diapers, I'm going to, keep you guys informed on how it's going, what we've learned, if we're loving it, and everything like that. If you're listening to the podcast and you're not subscribed, make sure that you hit that subscription button, and also leave us a review and tell us what episodes you're loving and why. Also, feel free to reach out to me to tell me what you'd love to hear, what you'd like to learn about, or any specific guests that you want to have on the podcast. Let me know. You can always find us at miraculousmamas.com, the Miraculous Mamas Instagram and Twitter, where I always post information about the guests and where you can find and follow them as well. All right, guys, I am going to talk to you next week. I hope that you have an amazing week. Thank you for taking time to listen to this episode. I have so much fun talking to these guests and learning what I guess all the information that I didn't know, like what can I do differently, like with the cloth diapering, or how can I make that a part of our lives, or what is placenta encapsulation? How could that potentially benefit me? So it's just been so much fun learning all about these different topics, and I hope that you're having fun as well. All right. I love you guys. Talk to you next week.